LCDN television broadcasts 24/7 on UK Freeview Channel 271, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, Google TV, See Love World, LCDNTV.com, LifeComTV.com.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Limitless with your host, Maria Bond. And today's show, we've got some amazing stuff for you. I'm going to have on an actress, producer, and singer who's had over 12 years in the entertainment industry. Oh my goodness. This is a woman that definitely knows how to break the limitations and totally annihilate any wall that faces her. My guest has had 12 years in the industry, as I've said before. And of course, she's passionate about the arts. So we're going to be talking to her after we watch a little bit about her. So enjoy. And then when you come back, we'll find out a bit more about our special guest.
Tammy, my darling. So, what do you think of my new dress? It's called African Chic.
Oh, wow, interesting.
I think it looks ridiculous. Now, could you please...
So, how was the wedding? Oh, Mama, the cake and the music, and if you see the dress. Oh, don't tell me it was one of those bongo dresses. Oh.
Kemi, I should get back.
Oh, please don't go. Stay. It's not bad enough that I have to see you at work every day. Stay down. What? Stop it.
Am I gonna see you later?
I'll flash you later.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Flash you? Who flashes anymore?
Madam, will you leave my money alone?
Your man should learn to buy credit for his phone. Anyway, he's your man, not my own, so I can say anything I like.
You're just jealous.
You know I have my own men, but I have enough sense not to keep them so long that they get stilled. Anyway, Kemi, you should be nice to me because I know something about your man.
What?
It's a secret.
Tell me, Joe, which one's secret? Tell me.
Oh yeah, hail me, hail me. Hail me.
Yes, Stella, Mama.
He's not working. Add more. Hail me.
Stella.
Yes. Stella. Okay, fine. Okay. I heard from Nika in the office that Ronnie Ojoko was taking off some big accounts. And they're looking for a junior associate to replace him. Yes, they fixed the meeting for 5 o'clock this evening. And they should offer Mr. No Credits the job.
Oma.
How many Mr. No Credits do you have?
Stella.
Yes.
Do you know what this means?
What?
You don't know?
No.
We're getting married.
What?
Yes, we're getting married.
We're getting married?
Yes, we're getting married. Yes. No, yes, me.
We're getting married. Kemi. Okay, she's standing right there.
Sorry, you cannot go.
Kemi. Okay, you have to allow me pass.
I'm afraid that's a VIP lunch, but you can't go upstairs. I'm sorry.
You know Kemi?
Yes, she's my friend. She said she will let me in, but this baboon here will not allow me to pass.
Okay. Can I just say that I think that this look, this outfit is fabulous.
Oh, thank you. You like my dress? I made it by myself.
Oh, I can definitely tell. It's so high fashion.
It's called the Blue Lagoon.
The Blue Lagoon. Fantastic.
Thank you.
You've obviously got a bright future in front of you.
You get me. You know, every time I'll be telling people, they'll be telling me that it's too much. But you understand. You understand fashion.
You know, I know lots of designers in Paris, Milan, London.
Milan.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But let's talk about your friend Kemi. You know about the Tunde Kulani thing, right?
Of course, I know about it. I practically came up with the idea myself.
Oh, really? You know, I think it's a good idea, but may I have a problem with it small?
Really?
Yes. Because you know, in this type of situations, the two of them, they'll be pretending fair that something can happen. My only fear is that I do not want Kemi to get hurt. You know, I'm really worried about that.
Of course.
Yes.
You're obviously a very good friend.
Kemi and I, we've been friends for many, many years. I've known her for like 25 years. Because I have a new friend now. Sorry, what's your name again?
The name's Sapphire.
Oh, I'm Stella.
Hi, Stella.
Yeah, I'm really excited about what you said about Milan. So you know many people there.
I know loads of people. I think me and you are going to be very good friends.
Yes, I think so. Oh, can I hug you?
Let's talk about Kevin.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back. Okay, so today we're talking, as you've just seen, this special guest is going to be on the show and joining me in a few minutes. We're going to be talking about Bikiya Graham Douglas, and we're going to be talking to her a little bit about her career. Now, she is a woman that's had so much experience, and she's actually got a lot to talk, a lot to say that will really inspire you and teach you how to go from glory to glory. Now, we already know that success leaves clues, so I want you to pay particular attention to what she says. Take some notes down, invite some friends, and make sure you use some of these things that she says, because if somebody's successful, then you can be too. Just got to find out what you need to do. So let's welcome my guest in, Bikiya Graham Douglas.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much for having me, Maria.
Oh, thank you so much for
It's
being
such a pleasure
here.
to be here today.
Yeah, the pleasure's mine. The pleasure's all mine. I was reading about you on Wiki. I went on Wikipedia. And oh, yes. And I was reading about you and just finding out the list is endless, absolutely endless. If we start with just the training, we start with the experiences that you've had, it's overwhelming. I mean, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
I could say who is Bikiya Graham Douglas, but that would be too cliche. So let's go into your inspiration. What kick-started this whole movement, this whole journey?
I mean, like, I would say I was fortunate to be raised around, performance, because my father was involved in government. He was the culture commissioner in my state from when I was really young, and we always used to go to the theater with him, the cultural center, to watch plays. And he really loved movies, so he'll sit all of us down and we'll watch movies together. So from a very young age, I was exposed to that, and we always had the choir come performing in our home, and very into church culture. Just going to church and seeing all these people perform. So it was just a blend of all of that that piqued my interest in performance. But at that point, I never thought I was going to make a career out of it. But the older I got, I became more interested, and like just interacting with those plays on an older level, a cultural center in Port Harcourt. And I was just like, how do they have the ability to do what they're doing? Because there's an actor on stage who says something and all of us burst out laughing, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And as I got older, getting more exposed to performance, and then I moved to the United Kingdom. I was at university, but I mean, like, all through secondary school, I was in the drama society. I would perform in church. Yes, indeed. But when I got to university was the turning point for me. I was studying I was doing a degree in business economics with business law, but I just felt there was something missing. And I was just in a place of prayer. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to go speak to guardians and counseling and say to them, look, I have interest in this, but I don't really know what to do with it. So I went to see them, and they're like, well, you should pursue it. And they said, you know what we'll do for you? We'll give you the option to do drama and music as part of your degree. So you can do that and just explore to see what your interests really are. Because for you to come out, that means it's deep in you that you want to do this, and we think you should go for it. And so I did. And I remember performing at the King's Theatre in Portsmouth. I played a Japanese schoolgirl, and I think that was my moment, that I wanted to do this. I wanted to be in performance and, affect people's lives positively. And I approach my work as a ministry because we have the ability with the work we do to touch people's lives positively, or negatively. But in my case, I'll say positively. Yeah. And so that's how I approach my work. And, so many years down the line, I'm still here. And, sometimes you get people call you to tell you how your work has impacted on them. And then a friend of mine, she lost her sister to cancer. And I hadn't heard from her in a few years. And then she just reached out to me and she said, before she died, she was one of the things that gave her joy was seeing you perform. That was what she said.
Amazing. That's
Yes,
absolutely
indeed.
amazing.
Indeed.
There's power in performing, in performance.
There is,
Because
yeah.
you're just taking life and you're bringing out the beauty of it. Because often I think people talk about, the difficulties, the issues, all the challenges they have that's going on in their life. But if you can take that very thing that they call a challenge and bring the beauty into it and replay it, redisplay it, what a wonderful thing. That's wonderful. You said something that really I thought was so special. You said the choir used to come to your house to perform.
Yes.
Listen, people, when the choir starts coming to your house, hey, you've reached.
But it's just, I was just very fortunate. I had parents who were really into culture and, the service of God and, just coming together as a family and, singing. And, it was just a part of me. And, I wanted to do those things, like how they affected me with their work. I wanted to affect people with my work.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's how it all started. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Yeah. So role models are key, and what you see as you grow up and when you're developing, and those who nurture you.
Oh yes,
indeed.
Yeah,
that's why it's important to have
important. But the thing, indeed, I was fortunate. I was very fortunate, and I know that there are people who are not as fortunate as that. That's why it's important for people like me to do something about it and touch community and try to build other people who may not have the good fortune that I had to have the parents that I did, and that's why I started the organization Beta Universal Arts Foundation to create opportunities in Nigeria for young performing artists. And we've been around for 10 years. We've worked with about 2,000 young people. We've had about 60 stage productions. We do outreaches at university, education, and competitions. Yeah,
that's really special. That's really special. Now, you said you studied economics, which is a completely different direction from yours. How did your parents feel? Because I know, African parents, how did they feel about that? Were they very supportive, or were they, trying to protect you by sort of, giving you the full picture? Yeah, just tell us a bit about those challenges.
Okay, well, the truth is, when I told my mother, she was completely okay with it. And then later on, I found out that when she was a young girl, she had done some acting.
Okay.
Yeah. I would never have imagined my mom would have done acting, but like she did, because she was a medical doctor. She's a public health physician. And then my dad, who exposed me to the theater, and we always had artists come around us because of the virtue of his work. He was like, no. He's like, you need to go and study law. You need to be a lawyer. There are many lawyers in the family. Yes, because he has brothers who, they're like 3 sons, I think, from my family. And he was just like, no, you have to do this. You have to do that. And, there was a day I actually said to him, I'm like, Daddy, but you took me to the theater. I told him that. And when I did, he actually stepped back a bit. But you know what? It was from a place of love, because he was just worried about me. He did not want me to derail. He thought maybe I did not want to be serious. But, I showed how serious I was, because after university, I got a scholarship at Lambda and it
Yeah.
was for a Shakespeare course,
Yeah.
and that really just put me in the right path, because after that I went to the Oxford School of Drama, and I was there for 6 months. I did my foundation in acting, and then I joined the Bridge Theatre Training Company. And you see, when he saw me go through that, and at this time my father fell quite unwell, and he was in the United Kingdom for a while, so he saw me go for it,
Yeah.
and he sort of started melting, because he was like, okay, this girl's
Oh.
serious about it,
Yeah.
and I remember the first time he saw me on stage perform, it was Femi Ogun's, Femi Ogun's,
Yes,
he's a big,
cool.
yes, he gave me my first opportunity,
Wonderful.
after drama school, a turn at the Akola Theatre, and my dad saw that, and then the stage gave me a good review, and he was just like, okay, I think I'm going to let her be. And since then, he's become my biggest supporter. And when I was up for the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards, I was up for Best Supporting Actress for the clip you just showed. Oh, that was really funny, because I haven't seen that in a long time, from Flower Girl. When I was up for it, my dad was my biggest advocate. And my mom told me once they were at a political meeting, and he had like governors and ministers and all of them gathered. And he said, look, my daughter has been nominated and she must win. So all of you have to vote. And he's supported me since then. He's stand up for everything, So I've been very fortunate to have the two of them, just see me through.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know what,
and
I really
I have very supportive siblings. Very supportive. Yeah.
And you've got a lot of people who follow you as well, which is amazing. And I think, people following and supporting, that's really key. That really helps to encourage you along the way, especially with Christians as well, supporting Christians. You know what, you spoke a bit about, before I go into the next thing, I also like the fact that you actually finished the course. You finished the economics course, which would have softened your parents' heart, your father's hearts as well, because you did the very thing that would secure you. Because I think a lot of young people go into the entertainment industry thinking without a safety net. And it's a wonderful, brave, very confident thing to do. But sometimes in the journey, during that period, you might need to do other things, and you might need to be able to diversify, and also being able to have a business head as well. Indeed. Which I think has probably stood you in good stead, because you've established quite a few organizations, haven't you? You started off, was it Beta Playwright
Universal Arts Foundation, and then we have the Beta Production Company, which we're making movies and documentaries. And I'm currently the executive director of Lagos Theatre Festival. And I've just, just before COVID, we were going to introduce the Beta Arts Festival in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, but COVID stopped all our plans. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to start that next year. So so it's been good. But you see, the thing, getting an education was always the way. It was not an option. I'm a Nigerian child.
I hear you.
Education is very important.
Yes, so
so it was never an option. I knew that I was going to get, and I'm very thankful for my degree, because at the end of the day, education is really about discipline, and I learned a lot of things along the way, and as you said, it does help me with my dealings in the arts today, because I understand that the business side is very important.
Yes. I really. Okay, it's the internet issues, and she's calling from Nigeria. You know what? I really like the fact that she's educated. Like what she was saying, she was saying that she's gone away, she studied. She also studied the arts as well, studied improving her acting skills, improving her understanding of the industry. With everything that you do in life, you need to perfect it. You have to have a spirit of excellence about you. You need to, if you're passionate enough about it, you need to find out, learn from people who know. Go and find out, how do you craft? How do you perfect your craft? And that's what I really love about what she's done, because we've got to prepare the vessel so that then God can pour the anointing into it, isn't it? So I was just speaking about what you said in your absence, that you have to prepare the vessel so that then God can then bless it. Hello.
Indeed, yeah.
I'm
here. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yes, I do agree with you that. Okay, I think it's very important that we have faith, but the Bible even tells us that faith without works is dead.
Thank you.
So you have to give God something to work with.
Yeah.
You know, you have to give him something to bless.
Yeah.
You have to sow a seed. That's why we always talk about seed.
Yeah.
You have to sow that seed for it to grow, you know.
Yeah.
And I think for me, taking the opportunities, because the truth is I actually wanted to start off as a singer. I actually thought I was going to be a singer.
Yeah.
But, you know, acting just came. And I thought, well, if this, and when I got that scholarship to go to Lambda, I didn't even apply. I auditioned, but then they didn't accept me, but they offered me a scholarship. And I was like, oh, why? I'm Nigerian, you know, I'm not. They're like, no, it's fine. Yeah, because I mean, I didn't want to break any law or do anything wrong. So I obviously had to say, look, I'm Nigerian, I'm not British. And they're like, no.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I think it's the fact that it was a grant, it was a helping hand to help her into the industry, and so that's why she needed to warn them that actually she's not a British citizen. Is she still going to be eligible for this? But as I said before, you know, God has a way. God has a way of opening all doors, and when one door closes, as you know, she wanted to do singing at first, 10 doors can open. You know. So you just have to have faith. You have to hold on to what you know is true. Because if you have a passion in your heart to do anything, chances are God is giving you that passion. So never think to yourself, oh, you know, this is too far-fetched. No, you're limitless because you have Christ in you. So you can do all things because he strengthens you. Hallelujah. Are you back, my sis? Bikiya?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's, you know, I'm just so blessed that you're here. Okay, so I think this is a really good time for us to go to one of your productions. There's a really, really interesting production that I want to play. And really what I want us to look at some clips of you and show your diversity, the way you're able to go from being quite a serious, staunch, you know, powerhouse into someone who is softer and more sort of able to receive from God and being able to have compassion. So let's watch a little bit about Graham Douglas, and then we're going to talk to her a bit more afterwards. Enjoy.
For a man that operates in the finance world, you come across as very naive.
I am tired of this. I need some space.
Oh, is this where I am supposed to beg you? Megida, please, take it back. No. I have spent too many of my years in whatever it is we call this. You cannot get rid of me. You can take as much space as you want, but I am not going anywhere. I will stay here and remind you of the failure that you are. Rogo Nameji.
Megida, please.
Shut up! What as it was you that could not give me children all this while? Oh, you have failed. That was when I woke up to the realization of who you really are.
I was only trying to help you become the man that you should be. You were always weak. If not for me, you will not have the guts to be the CEO of MLA. I made you. They always walked all over you as if you were carpet. I made Colade and all those idiots start respecting you. I made you Danlami Bako.
I want to fix our marriage. Please. Tell me what to do.
Pray with me. It's okay.
Oh, there you go. That was Bikiya Graham Douglas. And that was 3 different sides to her character. So Bikiya, are you back in the show? Are you back?
Right here.
Okay, so she'll be back in a few
I'm
minutes.
right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bikiya. Yeah, I love your versatility. I love the fact that you can came from one to another, to another, to another. It's so impressive, you know. And these are the things that I'm sure you've learned throughout the way, you know, you've developed in a horn, isn't it? Yeah, you
Indeed.
honed your skill.
Indeed, and I was very fortunate to get the education that I got towards being an actress, you know, and over the years, watching other people and reading and, you know, just having the quest to be better every
Yeah,
single time, you know,
yeah,
and I think that has helped me, you know, with the characterizations that I bring forward, you know. So
yeah,
I'm very fortunate. And you know what? As I said, it's all about God,
yeah,
because I do my work and he does the rest.
yeah,
So a lot of times, you know, but what makes it extraordinary is God's grace.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what happens to me all the time, because sometimes I play a role and I'm just like, okay, it's a small role, and then the way people react to it, and I'm
yeah,
like, oh wow, okay, you know, like I do believe in my craft, but I know that God makes all the difference, because I'm
yes,
not the only talented actor, but God
yeah,
makes a difference for me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So throughout your years and the work that you've done and how you've been able to climb the ladder of success, there must have been some limitations. There must have been times where you needed to, you've had challenges, doors closed, or situations that,
Mhm.
you know, you've had to break through, and they've been quite extraordinary in your life. Could you share that with us? That's something that could help people who are out there
Mhm.
to be able to encourage them and learn from
Yeah.
what you've been able to develop.
Okay. I'll speak about from the outside and I'll speak about from within.
Yeah,
And from the outside, two things that I faced in the industry was I was too dark skinned, I was told,
yeah, yeah.
and I was told that I was too big to be
Oh,
on TV and in film. A
yeah.
lot of people told me that, and they will tell you to your face, you know,
Wow.
and you can take it anywhere, and they'll say to me, oh, you know what, just brighten up a bit and you get more roles because you're such a great actress, you speak so well. And some people will be like, you know what, you just need to lose weight and everything will fall into place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This is the body that I'm in, and this is the
Mm,
color that I have. And I
exactly.
love me. I
Yeah.
love that God has made me, you know, my imperfections are perfect with God.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just never listen to that. And I don't focus on man, I focus on God. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm able to overcome everything they say to me. And
Yeah.
then from within, you know, I've had, and another thing is, a lot of people look at my family and think, oh, they're very established.
Yeah.
So maybe she should not be given opportunities because she's had so many her whole life,
Mm, mm,
you
mm.
know. And, you know, you just have to rise above it and you just have to keep going. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone, but you have to prove to God. It's only
And
God
actually,
that you're answerable to. Yeah.
with that, there's only so far you could go anyway.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, you
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, the Bible tells us that we should put not our trust in princes anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
do that. But,
Yeah.
you know, one of the biggest ones that I've had to fight over the years is self-doubt. So a lot
Yeah.
of people see me and think you have it all figured out.
Mm,
You're amazing, and but I've had to deal with self-doubt. And you know, there was a time where I wasn't really confident in what I did, because there was once I performed. I was performing as a singer, and my voice failed me. And after my voice
oh,
failed me at that performance, and I say it failed me, but people may not have noticed. But to me,
yeah.
I felt it failed me. And the devil used that to attack me so much, because I went mute for 2 years. I refused to acknowledge I had a voice again,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, I would doubt myself, like, I'm okay, am I good enough? But you know what? It's just the devil putting voices in your head. So you
Mm,
need to be aware that everything you need to succeed in life is within you, because
mm,
Christ is there. He has given you
right.
everything you need.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, I got to that point where, for me, I'm a Christian and I believe in the power of prayer. And I will
Yeah.
pray about it all the time. And then there was a day in my head, you know, I heard, remember your name. My full
Yeah.
name is Botobatamuno Olobo Bikiya, and I go by Bikiya as we say it. And
Yeah.
Bikiya means will never fall, but the full
Yeah.
name means one who holds on to God will never
Oh,
fall. Yeah, and I
yeah.
go by Philippians 4:13 that says with all Christ strengthens me through all with Christ I can do all
Oh,
things. He who
things. Yeah.
strengthens me. Yes,
Yeah.
and you know when I took that on,
Yeah.
and then I would hear whose daughter, when those moments come of doubt and of uncertainty and, lacking in confidence, I would say a voice will say to me, whose child are you?
Yes.
And then I know the answer to that is, I am a child of God.
Yeah.
And because I am a child of God, I am made for signs and wonders.
Yes.
And I will speak positivity to myself. It's very important that you keep speaking positively to yourself.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
powerful, because you
Yeah.
can only boost yourself from within. Many people may
Yeah.
try, but if it's not there, if the seed of, if the seed of confidence, if the seed of assurance within yourself, of you knowing who you truly are, if it's not in you, there's only so much people can do. And
Yeah.
so I found that, and I found it through prayer, and I found it through my relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, but every day when those thoughts want to come, I do exactly what I've been doing. I speak positively, and I go back to my maker and I say, Daddy, I am your daughter. So you need to take charge, make it okay.
That's
And
it.
God is not, he's not a God of, half measures. He will always see you through. When you
Yeah.
seek his face, you will find him. And
That's
so
it.
that's
Yeah.
how I deal with, the issues that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And he's so
Yeah.
limitless. He's so limitless. We can always
Indeed.
put our faith to him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
amazing. I love it that you actually are able to see that your strength is from Christ, because
Yeah.
you look at your CV, you look at all the stuff that's written about you, you look at the wonderful work that you've done that's really blessing people's lives. And and when I say blessing, it's because of the joy. And it says in the Bible, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Certainly, when you're able to
Indeed.
give joy to people and
Yeah.
bring the beauty of the world and reflect that in people's lives,
Mhm.
that is godly. I believe that is. 'Cause you can bring a smile to people's life. There's too many things in life that want to bring us down. So yeah.
Indeed.
I'd
So you have to,
I'd rather watch you
to
than the
rise
news.
above it. You have, and you know what? You really have to believe that you can.
Yeah.
You really have to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the truth is, you're not supposed to get it right the first time. You fall. But what happens, what you do when you fall is the most important thing. Do you stay on the ground, or do you rise? I mean, we're walking on the street, we trip, we pick up, we continue. That's how we should approach everything in life. That I may have a hurdle, I may have a bump, but I'll get
Exactly.
through it.
You get through it. That's it.
Just focus on your destination, enjoy the journey, because it also helps you build character. So I'm really thankful for the limitations and the challenges. I'm thankful for that on my journey, and I'm still on the journey.
Yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful. I know that you've had, there's some movies you are connected to, like women helping women, supporting women, which I really love. I like the fact that you, as a strong woman, are able to come together with other strong women as well, and really hold hands and bring them up, and actually dispel this myth that actually women have issues with women.
Oh,
Where did that come from? Where did that come
you know
from?
what? But you know what? In a way, it's true. There are women who have issues with women, and but you really need to check yourself. And if you check, it's from a place of insecurity. That's why they feel threatened. But the truth is, if we all support each other, we're stronger. And that's why I believe it's very important for us to support each other and empower each other. And the truth is, I've had very strong female role models, if I'll say. My mother is a very strong woman, and I saw my mother work with so many Nigerian women when she was National Council of Women's Society's president, and she interacted with 36 states and got a microcredit for women to start their businesses. So I saw her work with so many women, and she was always about women empowerment. So I guess I'm also a product of my environment, and I have very strong sisters too, very strong, who are very supportive of everything that I do, and so and my friends too are really supportive, and a lot of the opportunities that I've had it's been given to me by women. So it is, I need to pay it forward to ensure that I empower other women. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. There is love in the sisterhood. There actually is.
Oh,
And
there
insecurity is everywhere, isn't it? Male, female, You know,
Yeah.
so I think it's good that you're able to really go into that with these other ladies and really look at women supporting women, but also us all understanding that we have to support each other generally, don't
We
we?
have to. Indeed. It's
Generally.
very important that we do. It's very
Mm,
important that we do. And the
yeah,
truth is, if more women support women, then we can really break, that narrative of women do not support women. That's the only way
yeah,
you can stop it, when more
that's
women are
it.
supporting other women. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's it, most definitely. And I think, of course, when somebody's talking sense and somebody has the power, the word of God in their mouth, you want to support them even more. So people, find her on social media, support her, like, share,
Yeah.
subscribe. I always say this. Okay, now
Yeah.
there's a clip that I want to play now, which is one of the Christian, because I know Nollywood doesn't tend to show a lot of proper Christian productions, but you got involved with a film called God Calling, didn't you? And
Yes. Yes.
there was a little. We're going to talk about that after, but let's watch it first, so the audience can get a rough
Okay.
idea of what it's about. So, God's
Okay.
Calling. Enjoy.
Okay.
Femi. Babe, I know this may sound like a lie, but I have seen the light. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I want to fix our marriage. Please, tell me what to do.
Pray with me. It's okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, very powerful film. Very, very powerful
Yeah.
film. That God Calling. Tell us a little bit about the stick that you had for this, and some of the issues and the press and what they were saying.
Oh no. You, don't hear me? Can you hear?
Now I can. Now I can. It's better.
Oh,
A little
okay.
bit.
Okay. I'm so sorry. The internet is just, yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, when I read the script, I was just like, oh, I really have to do this. Produced by BB Shashore, and he's a very good friend of mine, and we've collaborated on other things. And he said to me, I think this is the way to go now. And I agreed with him. And so when it was made, people are like, oh, it's a faith-based movie. Will people go to the cinema to see it? And, we had all that. But it started off a bit slow, but it really picked up. It really picked up. And then all the churches wanted to have screenings of it, and it just became a movement by itself. And we're very happy that we took the risk to all put our names to making that movie. And it just happens that after God Calling, so many people now want to make faith-based films. Yeah.
That's wonderful, because half the
Yeah.
time you watch a lot of these Nollywood films and it's about, this one cheating on that one, this one breaking up, that one killing this one, sacrificial this and that. And it's nice to see reconciliation. It's nice
Indeed.
to see, because that is the love of God. And there's something in every human being that gives them
Yeah.
peace when they see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice
I mean, just
ending.
watching that again, it just made my heart go a little like, oh bless, and and it just makes you think. It's thought provoking,
Yeah,
and I just feel like we need to create more movies like that in Nigeria, where
yeah,
it's not just about the usual stereotypes, but that's changing. We're beginning to see a more diverse selection of Nollywood movies, and it just happens that the projects I'm going to be working on in the near future, COVID permitting, they're not the usual stories that you get in Nollywood. And one of my if I call him, I call him my boss because he's my producer for Battleground,
yeah,
Mr. Femi Odubemi. He had said, Nollywood, we need to create more heroes in our
yeah,
stories, and I
yeah,
do agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
changing. It's changing. It's a process, and Nollywood has gained a lot of global recognition now, and you're getting more skilled, experienced people in the industry. So things are changing. So
Yeah,
I'm very excited about what the future holds for the industry here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The industry
Mm.
definitely needed that, and because the storylines. I mean, there's something very special about Nollywood. So you just need the
Indeed.
extra pizzazz to just give it that nice prestige look, and the
Yes,
sound
indeed.
and all the other things. Anyway, but
Yeah.
talking about champions, you've been quite a champion for a lot of young people out there, haven't you? Tell us about the
Yeah.
Beta University
Universal
Art
Art.
Foundation.
Okay,
Awesome.
yeah. The Beta Universal Arts Foundation, I started to create a platform for young performing artists. And it was really because when I moved back from the United Kingdom, I was looking for opportunities to perform. And there were not that many. And, there were not that many leadership, if I would say organization for the performing arts. And so that's why I started it. And, I went to the biggest event happening in Nigeria at that time, which was the Calabar Festival. So I wrote to them and I said, I can see that on your list of events, you don't have any theater. And you say it's a carnival, but you had film screenings and, you had all these activities, art exhibitions. And I'm like, why isn't theater there? And they're like, well, can you bring a show? And I'm like, okay. And
Excellent.
I went to the Calabar Festival and I took people, and it just changed everything. And and it was just me. It was just me following God's lead, because I feel
Yeah.
God put that idea. Like He gives me ideas and I just go through with it,
Mhm.
And I followed that. And right after that, I registered Beta Universal Arts Foundation, and it's been such an amazing journey. I've learned so much from interacting with so many young people, and creating opportunities for them. So I do that through production, through art education, through competitions, and through outreaches. So we did many productions, and then I discovered that we didn't have young voices in Nigerian theater.
Yeah.
We always would go back to the greats, Wole Soyinka, Zulu Shofola, and I'm like, so where are the young people writing plays? And there was just nothing. So I started the Beta Playwright competition, and it was open to Nigerians between the ages of 18 to 40, and we're just about to launch the 4th edition. And when I think about the journey it's had, so we've had the winners, we've published their plays, we gave them money towards their career, we've produced their plays on stage, and right now as I speak to you, 2 plays are being adapted to film. And
Oh, that's
these are
wonderful.
yes, exactly. And these are of young people who, without the competition, they still would have come, to the world, but it just gave them, the push. It was like a springboard. So the Beta platform has been a springboard for them, to advance in their careers. And there's so many young actors who we gave them their first opportunity out of university,
Mm.
know, it's gone again.
Wonderful.
Okay, yeah. The effort we're putting in, we're the results and the manifestations in so many young people's lives. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's wonderful when you get to a level and you've reached, and then you then are able to pour into other people's life. That's when you know
Indeed.
that you're a true leader and that you've really succeeded. Because then you start
Yeah.
to see yourself manifesting your
Yeah.
in other people. And that investment is
Yeah.
so special, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so special.
And you know, like I would go back to my background because I had parents who would always say, you know, no amount of money in your pocket can make you a wealthy person. But when
Yeah,
you can see the wealth of people that your
yeah,
actions have made them better, there is no
yeah,
wealth like that, you know. And I guess all through life, I've always had that at the back of my mind that, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I've been very fortunate. So
yeah.
any way that I can, I have to create opportunities for other young people too, who may not have had the opportunities that I've had with the background that I have.
That's absolutely wonderful to have that attitude of servitude. You know, being a
Yeah.
servant to people, being able to give back. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's actually where the blessing lies, isn't it? The true
Yeah,
blessing.
indeed. I'll tell you something that happened not too long ago. So we did the beta campus outreach where we
Mm,
take the plays, the winning plays from the competition, and
yeah,
we give them to universities and we
yeah,
give them grants to produce their versions of the play, and we go in there to help them and teach them
yeah,
some skills. And
yeah,
I remember, you know, the winning university when I went there, because they won 1 million naira towards development of their creative arts department, and so we went to present the gifts to them. And I remember in the hall, I got into the theater, I sat down, and
yeah.
one of the students just started going. He started singing in pidgin English, and he's like, "Answer your name in a very big way, Bikiya," and like the whole hall chorused, and I was like, "Oh my God!" But you know, like, it was such a beautiful moment to know that, you know, your little actions could affect all of them, and they were all just so excited and so positive, and you know,
Yeah.
they were just really encouraged. And it was a girl who directed it, and she was just like, you know, Ma, you've made me believe that I can do it, you know,
Wonderful.
when you get things like that. And then also recently, one of from the competition, one of the finalists, she wrote to me and she said she has a hearing impairment, and she's
Mm,
always felt, you know, excluded in things, but the beta playwright competition did not make her feel
yeah,
excluded. That for the first time she felt included, and she knows that she can keep on writing, you know.
yeah,
So when you hear the stories, you know, from these young people who you do not know from anywhere, and you
yeah,
see how just little things that you have done has just completely changed their life. I mean, one of my winners, he's gone on to work with, you know, like the biggest names in Nigerian theater, you know, Paul Ubede. He even wrote the musical Morami the musical. Is a very, very big musical here. And he said the beta competition gave him wings, you know.
yeah.
So when you
Oh,
hear
wow.
these things, yeah,
Oh,
when
wow.
you hear
Mm,
these things, you realize that it's much bigger than you are. So you
yeah,
have to get to that point where you realize it's much bigger than I am. It's a
yeah,
calling. And as I said, I approach my work and the
yeah.
essence of me, I approach it as a ministry for
Yes.
a big, yeah, for a bigger purpose. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And
Yeah.
and you know, there is no archetype ministry. You bring joy to people's life. They
Yeah.
understand their worth. We are all worth something.
Yeah.
And they understand their worth. You lift them up. That is ministry. That is
Indeed.
gospel because it's good
Yeah.
news. It reminds
Yeah.
them of how they're made by a creator. They're made by a
Yeah.
king. So they
Indeed.
are royalty, you know, and that's lovely. Lovely. I'm gonna start preaching here if I'm not careful. Okay. So I mean, you know, I want now to in fact, you know what, before I go into anything else, let's do some shout outs because we've got some people.
Okay.
I'm only looking at YouTube, so sorry to anybody else in any other platform. I am a little bit prejudiced at the moment because I've got my YouTube on my phone. So okay, so I've got here Aisha Kista. Hello, girl. Hello.
Hi,
From
Aisha.
London. Hi. Real One Rest. Ethel E. Special. Hi, Ethel from
Hello.
London.
Hi.
Tonia Omar from Nigeria. Aisha
Hello.
again. Impact Radio are calling us,
Oh,
watching as well from
hello.
Nigeria. Chinepa Agu.
Hi,
You
Chinapa. Oh, that's a
know,
very good friend of mine.
she says she's
Oh,
really proud of you.
oh,
She's
bless.
got a
She's
message for
such
you
a
here.
lovely person. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And we've got Clara Ogba,
Oh,
and we've got
hello.
Deepa, a
Oh, my
musician
God.
out in the
Hello.
house, and they're all, you know, watching and wishing you well. They've got good things to say about
Thank
this
you
show and
so
what they're
much. Oh,
hearing.
God, they shouldn't get me
Okay.
emotional now.
You know that
Yeah.
you're blessed. You know you're blessed, and that's a wonderful thing. It's not
Yeah.
proud. It doesn't mean that you're
Mm.
too proud when you know that you're blessed, because you give
Yeah.
others the right to know it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, indeed.
Good,
Indeed. Yes,
good.
I agree.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And the more you know that, the more God can work through you, which is amazing. So let's
Indeed.
know that we are blessed, and just take some,
Indeed.
wealth that we're getting today.
Indeed. And
Okay, so
I'll just have to say, Chinapa has been a big pillar to me. She's been
yeah,
there from the beginning of the journey. When I had to journey from London to Oxford to go to school, Chinapa was always there for me, and she's still here so many years later. So
yeah,
she's been somebody who's really been there to just push me and just say, B, you can do it. You got this, B. Yeah.
awesome, awesome. That's what you need. That's what you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah. Indeed.
You need people that will be, walk hand in hand with you and say, "I got
Yeah.
you, I got you."
Yeah.
That's what you need. Definitely, I'll have that any day. Okay, so let's go to your music, your singing, and your love for music. I'm not forgetting that one, because I know people, they do this about your acting, but we don't always talk about your singing. So let's talk
Yeah.
about that. I know that's your first
Yeah.
love, isn't it?
Yes. Oh God, I'm getting emotional just getting there now. Oh my God. Oof. As I said, singing was my first love, but then
Yeah.
the acting came, and for so many years I neglected it. And then I
Yeah.
started performing, and I was just doing very little, but I started getting booked.
Wow.
And as I said, there was once I performed somewhere and my voice failed me, and then I went mute. But I overcame that, and I said, you know what, I need to get the help I need. And
Yeah.
I've been working on my voice, and I'm in such a good place now. I'm very
Wow.
thankful for how far it has come. Is it
Yeah.
perfect yet? No. But you
Yeah.
know what I've realized? It's not about perfection.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
So I'm now at that point where I'm enjoying the journey, and I've actually been into studio. I've been recording stuff. So I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to share it with the world. I really can't
Awesome.
wait
So
to share it.
we've got that
Yes.
to look forward to. When is that going to be
Yes,
made
you do.
available? When is that going to
Um,
be made available?
um, I can't say yet because my manager may be here actually. I can't say too much about it yet, but very soon. Very, very soon. And we're planning like an event before the end of the year too. So yeah, very soon.
So
So
we'll
I'm quite
we'll look out
excited
for that.
about it. Yeah.
We'll look out
Yeah.
for that. Well, I know it's going to be a bit cheeky. I know, but it's my sister's birthday this weekend, and I would really
Oh,
appreciate it if you would sing "Happy Birthday" for her,
okay.
please.
No problem. No
Thank you
problem.
so
That's
much.
fine. Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
What's your sister's name?
Iris,
Okay, okay,
Iris.
Iris. Okay, I have this little version of Happy Birthday. Would you like me to sing that for you?
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
Okay. So happy birthday. Hello. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Okay, here goes. Happy birthday, Iris. So here goes. This is from me to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Let us celebrate. Do something extraordinary. It's your birthday. I will celebrate everything you are and everything you be. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Iris. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. And your voice is
You're
so
welcome.
beautiful. It's so
Oh,
lovely.
thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
gosh, this has been really lovely. And I'm feeling a little bit emotional now. You're talking about you feeling emotional.
Oh,
I'm
bless
feeling
you.
it. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for that.
Thank you so
Really
much.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you coming on the show as well. So what have we got to look forward to? We've got the album potentially, or the single potentially coming out soon.
Yes. I'm very excited about that. I just had a web series. It was actually launched yesterday, and it's really funny. I love that. And then I have there are 2 movies I'm working on and another TV series. So I'm quite excited about that. Yeah.
Amazing. So it's more comedy, that the one that's coming out. I love the versatility.
Yes.
I love it. The way that you can go from.
Yes. I mean, like for the last 2 years, I was in the show Battleground, and I played the character Hadiza Bako, which is what I was saying. My producer, Mr. Femi Odugbemi, and it was an African Magic, and we shot 410 episodes in 2 years, and my character, she was something. She's crazy, and she was the most hated. You know, one of those characters that you love to hate. That was Hadiza. I had to play a non-Muslim woman, so it was a huge. It was a challenge for me, but I really, really enjoyed it. And, it even made me a stronger, better actor playing this woman. Yeah. So now I just wanted something different. So after that, I did it for 2 years, and it's still showing on TV across Africa. And now I think it's going to be in the Francophone countries too. So it would be good to have other things to show my diversity and to show that I'm not really a wicked woman.
It must be so much fun to be able to just come out of yourself and be somebody else completely.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's so much fun. I love it. I mean, I live for it. I love taking on all these new characters and giving them life, and just seeing that from a piece of paper, you create something and people resonate with it. And then they call you those characters. I remember when I did Flower Girl, people started calling me Stella. And then I was in Jennifer's Diaries, and I played the human trafficker who brought Jennifer to London. And they started calling me Madam Tina. And then now I'm in Hadiza, and everyone calls me Hadiza, So it's really fun. Yeah,
I tell you,
I'm very fortunate to do what I love and earn from doing what I love. I'm really fortunate. I'm thankful.
Yeah. All things to all men.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. I've really enjoyed it. And I can see that we've got a lot to look forward to. I just wish, obviously, I wish they can put more of your stuff on the internet so we can all be able to, globally, we can all be able to watch you.
I know it will happen. It will happen because, like a lot of them are with companies and stuff. So you don't really know what their distribution channel is. But in time, there'll be more stuff out there.
What about for your own productions then? Because of course you've got more autonomy over that. Do you think that might be something?
Like with a lot of the stage productions where we're now beginning to think about the digital angle, and we're going to put some of our material out on there. Yes, and like even with my own productions that I'm working on, we'll ensure that we get the right distribution channels to get them on like VOD platforms. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. So there's a lot coming. We've just started.
Yeah. There's so much more to come. Right. So tell us, I know you've got a YouTube channel and you've got numerous ways that people can connect with you.
Oh,
I want you to tell us how we can get hold of you.
Yes.
I'm following you.
Yeah.
Hello, say that again. We didn't get that.
Yeah.
Bikiya?
And then
oh, wow. Okay, so the internet has gone out. For she's in Africa at the moment, and so the internet is not working at the moment. But that's okay, because we can actually put all her details in the comment box at the bottom so that you know exactly how to contact her and how to be able to follow her and know what she's doing. Now, in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9, Jesus says, "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness." There's so much that we've been able to hear Bikiya talk about today. And, just to learn from how it is that she's become so successful within the last 12 years of her career. Success leaves clues. She's able to pour into other people's life. That's one thing that we can take away from this. She also talks about whenever she has the battle in her mind that tells her she's no good, she has to break those limitations, kick that down and say, no, I am a child of God. She said that, didn't she? She also talked about the fact that she didn't look at how her size or her color or even the way she spoke or even her background, because she knew that she could draw strength from God. God was her strength. She was able to say, I can do all things because the pillar, the limitless God that created me has done that already and fashioned and made me. So I want you to take that today and know that in all things you are more than a conqueror because you have a limitless God. I'm Maria Bond. I'll see you next week. God bless you.